My last name is Lee.
LALINOA.
Ever mai, and tune in to our podcast, LALINOA Podcast. Got the privilege this morning to talk to the man himself before he gets on the mic, gets on the stage actually, later on at the Queen Charlotte Memorial Hall. Etu, how are you?
Hello, Lele. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been watching you guys' footage and like content online, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get in there when I get to Tonga.
And you know what? Having you say that, man, it's an honor to even put out stuff for people like you to be able to consume. It's an honor.
No, we need more. We need more. We need more content from the kingdom coming out to the diaspora that's living outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the first question I have for you, Etu, is you're here in the Kingdom of Tonga.
Mm-hmm.
Give us the area you're from here in Tonga.
Yeah. So when I was living here, and a lot of people I think don't know that.
Yeah.
I grew up here and I went to Tonga High School. You know,
Yeah.
we were at Halavave in Kolomotua, but my family's from Lakepa.
Music.
Okay.
How did it start? How old were you? What was it that you know? Obviously you have musical talent and you can sing, but what was it that kind of led you to this path?
So, growing up, I'm a pastor's kid, and my dad started the church in Maletaha. And, when I was old enough to finally carry an instrument, I was put in the band, and my brothers and my sister all part of the band too. Music has kind of always been in the family, to be honest. But yeah, from an early age, I started in church, and I think that's a lot of musicians that are in the island industry. And after that, just kind of developed into my own thing, and I'll start from the church.
From the church, Etu, to where you can, right now you're touring. There's a lot of Tongan that's if you this Sunday, if you go on this Sunday to any of the churches, you hear a lot of singing. Not many take it from church to make it a career. Music as a career in itself, it's like going into the unknown.
100%.
It's not a guarantee that you're gonna be making money or
100%.
You'll be taking care of your family. What was it that from church to saying this is my career, this is my future?
It didn't click for me that I wanted to do this for a living until I was in high school, and I had a terrible stage fright. And I didn't want to. I hated public speaking. And one of my English teachers, he said, "Hey, you really like playing guitar, so downtown Palo Alto where I was living, they said you should take your guitar down there and go try it out. Just play out on the street corner. Don't put out a basket for money or anything. Just play your guitar out there and give it a shot. See if that helps you with your nerves." And I did, and I went out there and I played, and it was a good time. You know what I mean? I had a great time with it, and I was nervous at first, but eventually it got to the point where I liked doing that more than public speaking.
Yeah.
And I still failed my public speaking than I did, but you know what I mean? At least I found something that I like doing.
You just saying what you just said about you just being on the streets, just playing, and not having the basket in front of you. You're not doing it for the money, you're just doing it for the love of it. Continuously doing that because you love it. How has that shaped you as an artist, shape you on stage, just jumping on stage, and how does those memories of just doing it because you love it shape you to who you are now?
People ask me all the time, they say, "Hey, when you go up on stage, you look so comfortable and you look so confident, and what is that from?" And I tell them it started back when I played on the streets.
Yeah.
And, I would play out on the streets, and some people would like it and they would stop. Some people hated it and they walked away.
Yeah.
And it taught me at a really young age that people are going to like you and people are going to love you, and it doesn't really matter, because as long as you love what you're doing, everything else is just noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I get up on stage, I take that with me, and I remember that everybody that comes to my show, they're coming to see me. So when I perform to them, it's more of gratitude and appreciation for them than it is me trying to say like, "Hey, I'm this, I'm like," no, like, you took time to come see me. Let me give you a performance that is worthy of your time and the money that you've spent to come see me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, go from playing in the streets for the love of music to that first song or the first break that everyone's like, oh, check out this Etu guy. Talk us through that.
So, I've been playing out on the streets for a long time, and I still play out on the streets sometimes just to. It's my therapy.
Yeah,
Whenever
like,
I get musically overloaded and it's too much for me, I end up just going out on the street and to a city that nobody knows me at, you know, and just get right back to where I started. But I remember the first time I got kind of a break is more so like closer to 2019. I guess part of being an islander is being humble, you know? So like a lot of the things that I wouldn't consider a break, people are like, no, that was an achievement, that was an achievement. But for me, when I first got in the studio with Fiji, that was the first time I really felt like, oh shoot, like I'm actually doing this. Like I'm actually doing this music thing, and it's not just a hobby anymore. Like it could be a career. Because he looked at me and he was like, kid, you got something. You know, you got something. And he was like, I don't know if you see it yet, but you got something. And then he didn't even say anything after that. He went on to doing what he was doing. But that just sparked everything for me. And from there, I did a collaboration with him. It went #1 in Hawaii for weeks. You know what I mean? It was playing everywhere. Got nominated for an award for it. And from there, it just kind of catapulted. But that was when I used to go by Eddie Dino, not Etu, you know? So from there, I just kind of kept going and kept going and kept going. And it turned into me, becoming who I am now.
That story that you just mentioned about Fiji, Etu, it's a common story with a lot of the Pacific Island artists, and you can me and you can go through the list of Tongan, Samoan, and Cook Islands, any of the Pacific Islands, and if you point in one, and you say this question, what did Fiji mean to you as an artist or as a Polynesian? They will say the same thing. He came up to me, I was nobody, and he said one word or a sentence that kind of inspired me to continue on this journey. What did Fiji mean for you?
You know what I love about that, and that's my big brother. Like, and he's really pushed me into believing in myself, just like how my family has pushed me into believing in myself. And the one thing that I love about Fiji is I can tell this story and it means the world to me. And there's a long list of people who can give the same story. You know, so for me, I think of it less as what personally he did for me and what he did for the Pacific. You know what I mean? And I miss that man, and I just came back from homecoming in Fiji. And to be honest, it's always been my dream to come back to Tonga and do a concert for the people, you know what I mean, for my people. And seeing him put on homecoming and watching the absolute megalith that it was just inspired me to finally come back. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of my brother, you know what I mean, Vea and Teki and Dasha and Steven and the whole team, that's my family that's been behind me. And you know, even while we're here, we're staying at the Tanoa. Tanoa is helping out with it. Tonga Tourism is helping out. We appreciate the love so much. But I get to put on my own, like, okay, it's not homecoming level, but it's like my own, like, little mini homecoming where I get to come back. And that dream was inspired by Fiji. You know what I mean? And yeah, for me, he's just kind of, been my encouragement.
For those that wasn't in Fiji and watching the highlight clips of you and J Boog and Common Kings and many other, can you just talk about that experience and being in homecoming, but also this year having homecoming being dedicated to the legend, to Fiji, just the whole experience of performing and being in Fiji?
It's one thing to go and experience in a festival. It's another thing to go and experience it knowing how much it meant to Fiji, you know what I mean? And for him, he was just like, I think especially toward the end of his life, he's just, everything in his mind was geared toward home, you know what I mean? And it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. I'm so sad I didn't get to experience it with him there. But yeah, and it's even sweeter that I got to experience it with family.
But my next question, this it was something that we shared a couple of months ago. Yeah, it would have been a couple of months ago. Not only did I love the song, but you one of your Tongan song, NZ971, which is a plane number, a flight number that everyone in Tonga has hopped in at one time in their life. Our Air New Zealand flight number is always NZ97 something. But I love the song, but the music video, correct me, and I'm saying this statement, and I don't know if this statement is true or not. You might be the first to use completely all AI to produce or to make this music video. First, if that's right or wrong, and second, why did you decided to go this route with AI?
So, shout out to EMG Films. That's my brother is the prompt engineer behind that, and when he started putting just like a few pictures together of what the music video could look like, for us at the time, in the moment, there wasn't like any way to cheap way to just come back to the islands and really tell a story from the island perspective.
That's so
but
true.
but I didn't want to shoot that type of story in America and try to fake it that way. You know what I mean? And just try to act like we're in Tonga. But
go to Hawaii and
but also like technology is advancing, and these are new ways for our storytellers to be able to do things, with do things that the big studios can do, but with a little bit lesser budget. You know what I mean? So and my brother's always been innovative and trying to move the needle. You know what I mean? And just move like up our levels on everything. So when he first started presenting like the first flicks, I was just like, this is crazy what AI can do. You know what I mean? And for me, I was like, when I look at it, I was like, dang, I feel like I'm looking at Tonga's high school right now. You know what I mean? Like
from our perspective, and I know a lot of Tongans would be the same. When you watched it, you're like, oh, like it felt like you guys came over and did like a whole film crew here.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? Like we grew up here, so like part of us, there's a missing representation of our people and the way that we grew up in media. You know what I mean? And like, could we have forked out $10,000 to come down and shoot a whole video? Like, probably not. You know what I mean? But being able to at least present a version of what we saw, and who knows, maybe somebody will connect to it out here and maybe become a filmmaker like Manoa Media. You know what I mean? And be able to shoot that kind of video. You know what I mean, in the future. But while we're here, we're hoping to shoot some things since we're actually here now. You know what I mean? But
that you guys can use.
But in the moment, that's what was accessible to us, and we just honestly, it's about inspiring new ways to create and tell stories and show people that maybe you don't need to have a $10,000 camera to be able to tell these stories. And there's how many directors and storytellers are out there who can now see that and be like, wow, I can tell that kind of story using just the computer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Talking about AI, I use it a lot for just before you guys arrive. I have questions of my own. And AI's got questions, and I've kind of collaborated both AI questions through ChatGPT and my own question that I wanted to ask you. But AI with music, is it a good thing, bad thing? Is it the future? What's your feeling towards AI with music?
Oh, you want to go into it? Okay. I think AI is a tool. And just with anything, I think AI should be used sparingly, but be used to, to help the creative process. I don't think it'll ever 100% replace real soul and real, creativity. And I think it'll get close enough to where people won't care. Yeah. But for the creators out there, I don't think you should lean into AI as your ultimate tool. I think you should use it to help you along with different things and still perfect your craft and understand that you are the creator, not you're not the tool. Don't let AI become the creator for you, So, and I do use it all the time as well, just to like different things. And sometimes I forget that Google is free. I can use Google to Google stuff, you know what I mean? But still, at the end of the day, would I ever use it to 100% make my music? No. Like, I am the creator, and everything comes from here. And if I need to use AI as a tool to help me along the way, I will. But, yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Going back to that song, NZ971.
Okay.
I know we spoke on the music video and also AI. That song, NZ971, is totally in Tongan. How important was that to celebrate our language through your music? I know you're not the only Tongan artist that does this, and many Tongan artists have a song or two or have lyrics that's in Tongan. But how important is celebrating our language for your music?
It's so important to me, and I honestly, I have so many songs that even if it's fully in English, I throw in phrases here and there, you know.
Yeah.
But especially for that one, actually, I can't take the credit for that one. My brother wrote that one.
Yeah.
Becky wrote that song, and the moment I heard it, I knew, I need to record this immediately, and I got his blessing. And when I recorded it, I felt proud because being able to sing in my language. I'm an appreciator of all languages. I love language.
I just played the Fijian one.
Yeah,
I just played it this morning.
Language, like Fiji himself was helping me through a lot of the Fijian songs that I recorded, just to make sure my pronunciations are correct and all that, because I don't ever want to walk into a language and not, not make them at least question whether I'm, speak Fijian.
Especially coming in from an artist like Fiji, because I saw an interview. He takes pride in pronouncing, especially when he's doing Tongan songs or Samoan songs outside of because he was fluent in Fijian. He would practice the pronunciation to make sure that he gives it that respect.
100%, and that's what it was about. When we were sitting recording the song, he was just like, "Hey, this isn't less about you making a hit or you making a good song, and this is more about respect for the language." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, "I would hope that if somebody came to you and asked you to help them with a Tongan song, that they would give the same type of time to gain that respect as well." So for me, any song that I sing, and I've sung songs in Korean, in Hindi, in Chukis, you know what I mean? And every time I make sure that those words are said the way that somebody from their part of the world would say it. You know what I mean?
You're here in Tonga, Etu. It's the world tour. It's the Sunflower World Tour. How important is it for you? Because I know I've spoken to many artists, many promoters, how hard it is to come to Tonga, and not just with flights, but getting equipment here and sound and all of that. But how important was it for you to having heard all of this I just said, still important for you to add Tonga into the world tour?
It wasn't a question.
Yeah.
It wasn't a question, and for me, it's easy to say that as somebody who is stubborn and just if I want to set my mind out to do it, I'm going to do it. But honestly, I have to give the credit to my team. Without my team, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Maybe I would have been able to come down here and I'll just be at the Digicel Square and I'll just give a free concert with no speakers or anything. But because of them, we're going to have a full, the big sound system from New Sound, and we're going to be in Queensell at the Memorial Hall. Thank you to Tonga Tourism for helping us out with that. And we're just going to put on something that I think is going to be grand. Yeah. And we're doing it for free. Yeah. This is, honestly, I don't want to say it, how much is coming out of our pockets to do this, but it's costing us a pretty penny. And I don't say that to say oh my God, we do it gladly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like every single person that I've seen on the team who is here, they're just nah, this is for Tonga. Yeah. This is special. It's
about 5 minutes before jumping on stage. It's in Queensell at the Memorial Hall. There's people screaming your name. You've come home.
You're going to make me emotional.
And then you're about to jump on stage. You're walking up the stairs. Just that stuff that goes through your mind before grabbing the mic and performing for your people.
Honestly, I've been seeing people all over town. And some people just look and they just look back. And then they're maybe they're too shy to come and say hi. Yeah. Please don't be shy. If you see me out on the street, come say hi to me so I can thank you and appreciate you for supporting me and listening to my music. But the show tonight is literally all for the people. You can hear my voice right now. I've kind of got a hoarse voice every time I come to humidity. I live in Utah. It's kind of dry out there. Yeah. I start to lose my voice, but I just want everybody to know I'm about to go out there and give you 1,000%, you know what I mean, of everything I got. And it's because of that, you know what I mean? everybody's like, oh, how did you like get 3,000? Yeah, it's a free concert, but how did you get 3,000 people to sign up for your show? And I'm like, it's Tonga. Like, Tonga's always been behind me.
Yeah.
From the very jump. From the moment I dropped like this 5 song that I dropped for Ilole, you know what I mean? Everybody's been slapping it in the buses, and from there to even today, like Tonga is like always on the top of my listeners lists. And this concert that I'm gonna put on is just for Tonga, and I hope they enjoy it.
If there's a young youth out there, girl or boy, that has a dream and inspired to do something, doesn't have to be music, but obviously seeing the obstacles of fulfilling their dreams and being Tongan, and you probably had this growing up and say, why you want to do that? Go do this. This is a guaranteed you can get money. Go and be this, and yet you still pursue that dream of the unknown as music. But somebody out there has that sort of same dream, and it doesn't fit the norm in Tonga. What advice would you have for this young person?
Go for it. Go for it. I'm not going to be like everybody else and say that you can do anything you put your mind to. But I'm going to say go for it, because there are so many things that you're going to do with your life, and everything is a series of choices. And you can choose to pursue that dream, or you can choose to do whatever it is that you do with your life. But if you look back 10 years from now, are you going to tell yourself at this age, man, I wish I would have just done it and pursued that? Why not? Just go for it. You know what I mean? And do all the necessary due diligence to figure out everything around it to make it work, whether that's working to provide while still pursuing this dream, you know what I mean? Or whether it's just going all in and going 100% on what you're doing. Like my encouragement is there is no time like now, you know? And if you look back 5 years from now, you could say, where would I have been if I started back those 5 years ago? Instead of saying that, just start right now, whatever it is. Take little baby steps. Don't be discouraged by the things that set you back. All the setbacks are just lessons waiting to teach you how to move forward, you know what I mean? So go for it.
Thank you very much, Etu, for being here. I enjoyed the conversation on this LALINOA podcast.
Come on.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is one of my favorite conversations I had.
Seriously?
Yeah, I wasn't really prepared coming in. I thought we were just gonna have some like shoot fire questions. But I really appreciated this conversation.
I always like enjoying getting to know the person, and it's I have to say that got to know you, and I was a fan before. And now I'm a massive fan now of just getting to know you personally. Thank you for being here.
Mahalo, Vito.